I understand an anti-cop sentiment. I understand it, frankly, from anybody because cops are there to enforce the law. And of course, there are bad ones and good ones and whatnot. But being anti-cop, I get. I'm not, but I get it. I mean, he's the guy who makes you turn in your homework in school. Nobody wants to be, that guy. So I get that. What I don't understand is the defund the police movement catching on the way it has when we already had the data. It's not like we have to wait for the data. 6,000 more homicides already since the defund the police movement started. We know this gets people killed. So why is it still popular?
Well, hey, they say it's a great trade-off because at least they, according to these numbers, that report that they cut police shootings by 300. So, hey, who cares about the other, 5,700 people that died? But as you're right, but it's even worse than that. And the reason I wrote my book, Race Crazy, is to point this out clearly so people who are kind of center-left and have the problems, and people think like what you just said, I see why you have concerns about police and you want things fixed, to understand what they really want. They do not want to defund. They openly say they want to abolish, right? So defunding the police, as bad as it is far different from just, let's not have them. So it makes no sense. And let's be real, they know it, because if you look at the cities who pushed it, they had to walk it back. They're creative about the way they say it, but LA, we're gonna fund $36 million into the police department. You mean after you took some money? Minnesota played around with not paying numbers, but really they meant not paying for overtime and vacation, and then they paid it anyway. New York just put 500 to 1,000 extra police officers on the subway streets. Are they working pro bono? Where'd they come from? So obviously, you can't defund them. But hey, it gets you votes, and it creates angst, and it gets people to be riled up, and that's what they want. When you're looking at the shiny object over here, you don't notice what they're doing, the laws that they're passing, the money that they're taking, the power that they're consuming. So it works for them.
Charles, why does it get them votes? Because look, I pride myself on being right about a lot of things. Even if I'm not, I just ignore most of that. But I pride myself on being right about a lot of things. And I convinced myself, and I got on camera and told people this anarchy from Antifa and Black Lives Matter before the election was going to cost Joe Biden the election, because the country was going to look at it and they were going to reject it and go to the polls and reelect Donald Trump. I was dead wrong. I don't think it's costing them votes at all. And apparently it doesn't.
Well, you're only part wrong. You're not wrong that people were rejected. Where we as conservatives fail is our communication of getting people the point. That's why I changed my target audience about a year ago. And I do two things. I train conservatives on how to talk to more people, and I talk to the center-left people to say, we can argue on politics and policy later, but if we don't win this cultural fight, none of that will matter. It won't matter if your guy or my guy's in the White House, because we're losing all common sense, context, truth, and morals, right? So that's the problem. It's like, if you say things that are true, but only conservatives would get the way you say it, then you're losing a large percentage of people. And the fortunate light at the end of the tunnel is that there are a lot of left-leaning people who are getting this, because the mob is coming for them. They don't like the cancel culture. They, for the most part, believe in free speech. And they don't think that the way this stuff is going, labeling every single person, even your allies, racist, is a good thing to do. So they're there. We just need to learn to talk to them. So I don't think that what Joe Biden did, I think you're right that it would have cost them votes, and people aren't buying into it, but most people either aren't paying attention to it, or, let's be honest, the left controls the narrative. They have the media, they make the movies and the TVs that skew things. So it's fun to beat up on people who have traditional values. So if you're not paying attention and you're the average American just trying to get your paycheck and raise your family, and you don't know, if we don't communicate this thing to them properly, they're not agreeing to it, they're just not paying attention.
Hey, thanks so much for watching The First on YouTube. If you liked what you saw, go ahead and like and subscribe. You heard me, like it, subscribe. You'll get a lot more of it and a lot more of me. Thanks.